Welcome to another episode of The Silly Kitchen. Today we are not so much cooking, we are shucking, and I was gonna say slurping, but I'm glad you said shucking first because that might have given a weird kind of setup to the show. Matt,
yes.
Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Sylvia.
I'm so excited because I love oysters. I didn't know I loved oysters until I had one.
Yeah.
They're kind of scary looking.
Absolutely.
But today on the show, you're gonna show us how to shuck an oyster. We're probably gonna slurp an oyster, but we're also gonna learn a little bit about the different kinds of oysters. So, at Caudles Catch, you sell a few different kinds?
We sell a variety of oysters, 10 to 12 different kinds available at all time. Most popular would be the Malpac, the PEI Malpac oyster.
Okay.
So that, it originally got the name from a region down there, but now it's kind of a blanket term for all oysters from PEI.
Okay.
So basically, the oyster, pretty simple little creature. It's got two parts. It's got a top and a bottom. So we have like a rounded top and it comes to a point here, and that's called the hinge. And that's kind of where you stick your oyster knife in. And,
Okay, but you have a special knife there. That does not look like a knife that I have.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
So there's many different forms of oyster knives, but this is the one I like. It's got a real... Absolutely. It's got a simple blade. It looks a little intimidating, more like a prison shiv. But, you know what? It does do the job. And if you keep one in your car at all times, then you feel a little better about yourself.
You feel a little safe.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
well, guys, I want you to use them for oysters. You know, don't shiv anybody.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you're gonna shuck oysters at home, you should probably invest in an oyster knife.
Definitely. It's not a big investment. This one's only $5.
That's easy.
Yeah,
$5.
Yeah. You just buy a couple, keep one at your cottage, one in your car, like I said, and one in your house.
All right.
Good. So, to shuck them, it's really easy. Again, we have the hinge in the front, the rounded top.
I'm a little intimidated, but I've never shucked an oyster.
Basically, we're just going to go in with the pointy end of the blade in here.
Yeah.
It's got a nice little gap kind of to fit your oyster in.
Okay.
Now, here's where people can get into a little trouble. If you're an amateur, you might want to wrap your hand in a towel, wear some kind of thick garden glove, or
oven mitt.
Oven mitt, whatever, something to protect you and make yourself more comfortable. Another big thing is use a real solid surface.
Okay.
You want to put it down. You don't want to hold it in your hand and try and do it like this.
Put it down.
Put it down,
Find
nice
the
and
little
safe.
hole.
Find the little gap in there. And now, what kind of people don't understand is how much pressure it does actually take to open the oyster.
You gotta put some muscle in it.
You gotta put some muscle into it, and that's where people they're kind of pushing. They're like, I can't get. You really need to push and turn. So once you're in, you just kind of turn.
Oh!
Now I've got it popped open, so I just prop it open with my finger there, and I use this blade to go in and detach it because it's actually attached to the top of the shell.
Ooh, I got a little squirt there.
Yeah, you're in the splash zone for sure. So
okay, well,
that's the oyster
you
right
made
there.
that look really easy.
Well,
but are you like some kind of champion oyster shucker?
well, yes, I have won an oyster shucking championship, but it is quite easy after a little bit of practice.
Okay.
So again, I just went back under there. We'll do a few just so everyone gets the idea. So this one here's a blackberry point.
I've had that one.
Yes.
Yes. There's something a little different about it. It has like a little zing.
Yeah, it does. There's something a little different about each of these oysters. They're all from PEI, but it's kind of like different wines from the same region. They all have their subtle differences, right?
Okay.
Some are a little more salty, some are a little more minerally. Really depends on the water they grow in, what they're feeding off of, and that's kind of how they get their flavor.
Okay, so should I try doing one? I've never done one.
Absolutely. That's the best way to learn is by trying. So
okay, so first I'm gonna protect my
there
hand.
we go.
And
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get the oven mitt out because I feel like that's gonna give me just like a peace of mind. I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might give you a chance.
So okay, so we're gonna hold it.
Again, hold it real firm, and again we got that hinge there.
Yeah, so I can see the little hole.
Yeah, you can see it there. It's pretty pronounced. So now you're gonna go in a 45-degree angle.
I'm not good at math. Is that 40?
That's more like a 60. There we
This
go.
way?
There we go. And now you're pushing down and in and turning. Now there it is.
Okay,
Now get rid of this glove.
Now get rid of the glove.
Yep.
Now the hard part's over. So now I have to go around, you said?
Yeah, so now it's attached at the top of the shell there. So you just want to go right in where you, and then scrape across the top of the shell. And you're going to detach it from the top.
Ooh,
there.
this is fun.
You kind of just scrape. Use the side of the blade there.
Hold on, I took it out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And a little more pressure there.
Yeah, I'm just nervous. I'm going slow.
Yeah, you should hit something that you're gonna want to cut through.
I kind of felt like I did.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, now just pull it out.
I did! Oh my god!
No rips or anything. That's how they would judge you on your oyster shucking ability, by not damaging the meat, and you've done a perfect job. There's not even any shell chips in there.
I feel like I'm the new champion.
But we need to detach that now, so when your guests go to enjoy it, they want to. So that's the actual. So you want to go just in there, slice under it.
Ooh, that's hot. Hold on.
Yeah.
Go back here.
Yeah, it takes a little more. Yeah, just kind of.
Because that way, when I slurp it, I don't have to chew it
That's right.
off.
There's nothing more embarrassing as when someone's slurping an oyster and they can't quite get it down. Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like that's good.
That's perfect. Just
put
it on your crushed ice, and there you go.
Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. I did a perfect oyster shuck, so I'll let you do the rest.
Perfect.
So you brought 4 different kinds, I think, today?
I brought 4 different varieties from PEI. So there's again subtle differences between each one, and yeah. So I'm gonna open a few more over here.
Yeah, I feel like we have to eat some at the end of the show, so you might as well shuck a couple more. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make a mignonette. Did I say it right?
Yep, mignonette.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make a mignonette sauce, and I love this because at your store at Caudles, I got a little recipe. Normally, I just ask for the sauce on the side when I buy my oysters, and then they were like, do you know that you can make this yourself? And it's so easy. It is red wine vinegar. It is sea salt, cracked pepper, a lemon or lime juice, and a finely diced shallot.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, how easy is that?
It's very easy, and if you don't have a shallot, you can use red onion as well. It works just as good. Just make sure you finely dice your stuff so you're just getting little pieces of onion.
You're not chewing the onion.
Yeah, exactly.
I got this. I got okay knife skills.
And yeah, I'm just gonna keep cracking these open.
I'm gonna cry from the onions. So the reason that I'm making this mignonette sauce is because it's actually one of my favorites to have with oysters. I just find it so refreshing and just not overpowering. So I'm just gonna finish it up. I added those shallots. I'm just gonna squeeze with my hand some lemon juice. Like I said, we can use lime juice as well. And then to finish it off, I'm gonna wipe my hand on my apron, and you just add salt and pepper. That's it, right?
That's it.
I did it right?
Absolutely.
Now, typically I would say put this in the fridge for a little while, right? So that
yeah, exactly.
Kind of settles.
Get all the flavors going together. I usually say at least an hour before you're gonna serve it, but yeah,
well, just make it nice and cold.
Delicious,
but I'll put this in the fridge later. But we have some oysters that we need to eat. So what else do people put on top of oysters besides a mignonette like this?
So the classic things, other than the mignonette, would be like your Tabasco sauce, your hot sauce.
Yeah, bring a little heat.
Yeah, horseradish. Either the fresh grated horseradish or the prepared stuff from the jar is fine. This is just a cocktail sauce.
Like a shrimp, like what you dip shrimp in.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Like a seafood sauce.
Lots of options for flavors to go with them.
And if you really want to get adventurous, vodka goes really well on them. Lemon.
I love vodka.
Lime. People like.
So you're gonna put a little bit of that mignonette sauce that I just made onto the oyster. Perfect. Yep. That'll be mine. What do you want on yours?
I think I'll go with a little bit of Tabasco sauce and a little bit of lemon. I like that combination.
Do you want me to squeeze you some lemon?
That'd be great.
Woo! Is that good?
That's
too much?
Perfect.
Too much?
No.
Okay. My muscles are strong. I've been shucking oysters all day.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna reach. Ooh. Don't spill all the good juices.
Yeah, you want to keep all that liqueur in there and basically just drink it like a shot.
You just slurp it back?
Well, at Caudles we say, we shuck 'em, you suck 'em.
Cheers to that.
That was good.
Did I drip a little? Okay. Those are delicious. I love that we have them on ice because it just keeps them so nice and cold.
Yeah.
Is that purposeful or is that decor?
Yeah, no, that's purposeful and decor. I mean, very functional, keeps them upright, but there's nothing worse going to a party or something and you get an oyster that's like lukewarm. It's just not right.
That sounds funky.
It's
Don't do
not
that.
Right.
Put them on ice. You saw, if I can shuck an oyster, you can shuck an oyster. Head over to Caudles. I'll link them in the video. Pick up some oysters and have fun, but be careful. Thank you for coming on the show and teaching us about oysters. Till next time. If you're enjoying the Silly Kitchen and the episodes, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. There's a little notification bell too if you want to hit that. There's so much more to come. Giveaways, recipes, contests, so follow along.